guys seem to have a lot of fun tonight. Was it finally time to have a good time, to enjoy the game?
Well, if you're winning, it always helps, you know. The games are hard, like every game. And like I keep saying, winning a game is hard. Doesn't matter against who or when. You know, it was good to get off to a good start tonight. I thought that helped. You know, other than that, I thought defensively, you know, just 3 or 4 games in a row, we're pretty solid. And, that allows us to win games.
What else did you like about what you guys did tonight?
The ball
Sharing
movement.
the ball.
Yeah, I thought the sharing the ball. I mean, Milo is just the way he plays is so infectious. And, you know, I think Milo had a bunch of Austin. They're just moving the ball. They're making simple plays. They're going downhill. Jamil's been great for us because he spaces the floor. You know, you got to guard him, and that's been good.
You got 2 G League guys starting for you, basically.
Yeah.
And you got 2 rookies.
Yeah.
Playing again. I keep
Yeah.
asking this all the time, but are they getting better and better each time?
Yeah, I think each guy is. You know, listen, we are what we are right now with all the injuries. But you know, listen, we got 2 G League guys starting in our starting lineup. They're getting better each game. CJ to me is just a professional. You know, he's a guy to me that belongs in the NBA. You know, he's never going to wow you with anything. He's just solid. Jamil has an NBA skill. He can shoot the ball, and he's learning all the other parts of the game on the fly. And our 2 rookies, you know, they just learn every day. You know, they really do. Like Jawan, I thought in the first half was pretty good. In the second half, I thought Cannon kind of took it to him tonight, and I thought that was good for him. You know, I told him that. I said, hey, this is the league, and he's sizing you up right now, and so, you know, you got to go right back at him. I thought when Jawan came back in, that's what he tried to do. You're always learning out here, and I thought that was a good lesson for him tonight.
I can use this that backup front court of Montrez and Willie.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on their play of basketball game?
Well, what I like about it, listen, obviously the spacing is not that great, but we have size. And so what we've decided to do, especially because due to all the injuries, we can go low post, and we just play a low post game. You know, it's the old, you know, no one knows how to do that anymore, and including us, we're learning. But we needed something from our bench, like some kind of scoring, something for them to lean on when all these guys are out. And so those 2 come in, every play is the same play. It's a floppy to a drop to one of those 2 guys, and they go to work or pass it out. And simple basketball, but I think it's helped the young guys because there's less thinking involved.
Doc, you mentioned the defense. How much of it was a good matchup for you guys tonight, and how much of it is the guys getting to it?
A little bit of both. Yeah, a little both. But I think, you know, you look at our trend over the last 4 or 5 games we've held, the last 4 of 5 under 100. So we're starting to do some things right. You know, we're switching a lot, more than I will tell you I would ever switch. But with this group, it's easier for them. You know, it's less thinking involved. It allows them to be more athletic. And when you don't have a bunch of veterans, you know, the less thinking you can do is better, and the more athletic they can be is better. And that's what we've decided to do, and it's starting to take shape for us a little bit.
Doc, you have actually a favorable schedule to end the season, besides going to Houston. How important is this to kind of, you know, get in that winning stretch?
Yeah, listen, we're trying to win as many games as we can with what we have right now, and hold the fort, like, you know, for Blake and Gallo and those guys to return. It's hard. It is. I mean, you know, the other night, you know, we lose out, you know, Milo's on a restriction, you know, West is out for the most part. You know, they're trapping Austin all around the floor. You're just trying to score any way you can. But I think it all is good for us, you know, in some way. You know, obviously I'd rather be healthy and winning games. But if we can get healthy, and not put ourselves in such a hole, then our team will be better when everybody comes back.
How do you feel about going back to Texas, to Houston, after being in Texas?
What do you think? I mean,
I know how I feel about it. Like, you feel about it.
Like, it is what it is. I mean, we complained like immediately when we saw the schedule. They give you, what, 48 hours to try to, is that what it is? It's just a joke. They never change anything. But, you know, we saw this trip, and we were like, okay, we're playing in Orlando. Can't we play in Miami? Instead, we fly to Washington, then fly back to Miami, fly to San Antonio, Texas, by the way. San Antonio's in Texas. I learned that a couple days ago. Fly all the way to LA, and then we're flying back to Houston, which is in Texas. So
Makes sense though, right?
it makes a lot of sense, yeah. I wish we can get frequent flyer miles like when I played.
I get it.
We were flying commercial.
Two questions. First of all, how much longer do you anticipate Milos being on a minutes restriction?
I have no
Based on your
idea.
feels?
I really don't know. You know, you think about it, I looked at his career numbers. He never really played more than 30 minutes a night. You know, so each what did he play, 27? But I would like to get it up to 30 for sure. I just think he is so important to our team.
And second, what are your thoughts on the Rockets matchup? Chris Paul might be out for that game. Thoughts on
Well, they're pretty good. I guess they lost today, which is a shock. You know, they're just tough. I mean, adding Chris to their team, adding Lou to their team, you know, I don't think a lot of people talk about that. I think he's injured too. And then adding the other kid from Toronto, the PJ. I mean, they've added defensive players to their team that were already an offensive basketball team, and I think that's where they've improved that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,